Former President Donald Trump has once again thrust the issue of border security into the national spotlight. Trump announced his intention to declare a national emergency at the U.S. Mexico border. This declaration, his third, comes amidst claims of an invasion of drugs and criminals, aiming to bypass congressional gridlock and secure funding for his border wall. It's a tactic from his 2019 playbook, raising questions about executive power and the definition of a national emergency. Is this a necessary measure or a ploy to impose a divisive policy? The year 2019 stands as a stark reminder of the legal and political quagmire that can erupt from such a declaration. Trump's attempt to bypass Congress and secure wall funding through emergency powers faced immediate pushback. Lawsuits argued that the president had overstepped his authority and was usurping the power of the purse, a right firmly vested in Congress by the Constitution. The battle raged in courtrooms across the country, with lower courts initially blocking the move before the Supreme Court ultimately allowed Trump to proceed. However, the victory was far from absolute. Congress retains the power to terminate a state of emergency. The fight underscored the limits of executive power and the crucial role of checks and balances. This time around, the legal landscape remains largely unchanged. Experts predict a fresh wave of lawsuits challenging the legitimacy of the declaration. The outcome may hinge on the composition of the courts and the political climate. The legal battle promises to be just as fierce, if not more so. Beyond the legal challenges lies the thorny issue of funding. Trump's declaration, if successful, would allow him to tap into funds appropriated by Congress for other purposes, effectively redirecting taxpayer dollars towards the border wall. This raises immediate concerns about the potential impact on other vital government programs, many already struggling with inadequate funding. In 2019, the Pentagon emerged as the primary target, with billions siphoned away from military construction projects, including housing, schools, and critical infrastructure on domestic and overseas bases. This time around, the targets remain unclear, but experts speculate that everything from disaster relief funds to infrastructure projects could be on the chopping block. The potential for disruption is vast, with ripple effects that could be felt across the government and the country. This raises a fundamental question about priorities and the allocation of scarce resources. Is the construction of a border wall, a project of debatable effectiveness and enormous cost, truly a more pressing need than investing in education, healthcare, or infrastructure? The answer, of course, depends on who you ask, but the debate highlights the difficult choices and trade-offs inherent in governing and the potential for the wall to become a budgetary black hole, consuming funds that could be directed towards other pressing needs. Predictably, the announcement has ignited a firestorm of controversy, further deepening the existing political fault lines. Republican lawmakers, largely aligned with Trump on immigration, have voiced their support, praising the move as a necessary step to address what they see as a crisis at the border. Democrats, on the other hand, have condemned the declaration as an abuse of power and a dangerous precedent, vowing to fight it in court and in Congress. Beyond the halls of power, the reaction has been equally polarized, reflecting the deep divisions that exist within American society on issues of immigration and border security. Supporters of the wall see it as a vital tool to protect the country from what they perceive as a threat, while opponents view it as a symbol of xenophobia and a waste of taxpayer dollars. The debate is often emotionally charged, fueled by misinformation and fear. The road ahead promises to be tumultuous. Legal challenges, congressional battles, and public outcry are all but guaranteed. Whether Trump will succeed in securing funding and building his wall remains an open question. But one thing is certain: the fight over the border wall is far from over, and it will continue to serve as a lightning rod for the deep divisions plaguing American politics and society.